To wrap it up tonight, we back. It's the Boxing League of More off boxing topic video. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas talking about how the NFL is blackballing another ball player named Eric Reid. Now, Eric Reid is from DBU of the South. DBU means Defensive Back University. I say DBU of the North. I'm talking about the fuck eyes of Ohio State. Yes, I said the fuck eyes. I don't fuck with Ohio State at all. I'm a Michigan type of guy. But I give them they just do when they talking about producing defensive backs. They got some of the best up north and some of the best down south is LSU, and Eric Reid is no exception. He's a strong safety that's very fast, hard hitting, and can play man and zone in the nickel back position. That's very, very rare to see that. And obviously, he helped Colin Kaepernick kneel for injustice and police brutality and all those other things going on in the world. He continued to kneel last season, even before the Donald Trump thing happened, which I was so, pissed off at the players because all of a sudden they want to start kneeling because of Donald Trump, but they didn't want to kneel to support a fellow brother in Colin Kaepernick. And they still don't have a backup plan to support shit like this to stop happening. You know, they didn't put up 20% of their purses, or I'm saying purses or they, they checks or 30% of their checks in case of a lockout because of this bullshit that could happen to any player that takes a stand. They didn't do that. They still living paycheck to paycheck like a lot of Americans out there today. Eric Reid, stood tall, kneeled tall with Colin Kaepernick to be exact. And now he's paying the piper. The Carolina Panthers owner, Mr. Richardson, I think his name is Jerry Richardson. I'm not sure. I think that's the name. Had to give up his team and sold his team because of racial remarks and a whole bunch of sexist things going on. I mean, Jerry Jones spilled the beans about Donald Trump and all the other BS. And guess what? They still here. But guys like Eric Reid and Colin Kaepernick are being blackballed out of the NFL because they stand for something. But guys like Malcolm Jenkins were able to be bought by Roger Goodell and everything to be okay. And most players got pissed off because he was trying to do the same thing with Anquan Bolden and do some, alternative to injustice and how the NFL can help. And he was bought out, by the NFL. Eric Reid and Colin Kaepernick could not be bought out because it's deeper than money. It's real stuff, real shit going on, And I feel bad for Eric Reid. He gonna have to just deal with it, that he ain't gonna be in the NFL, I don't believe, unless something catastrophic happens with injuries. But he's definitely a top, has the ability to be a top safety. He's just been stuck in San Francisco where they haven't been able to do anything. And, Colin Kaepernick was throwing the other day, throwing the ball, because he got that hearing going on where that collusion things where he actually can shut down the NFL contract between the players. If it's proven that the NFL blackballed him, they seized a whole bunch of phone records, and they could be on the verge of doing that, but I don't think they will. I think they are going to try to fit Kaepernick somewhere in the league before that happens. But if not, they're going to be able to cover that up and keep Kaepernick out the league, in my opinion. To be quite frank, it is a white man's league. And if they don't want that in their league, I mean, you're not going to have it. They're going to continue to make example out of each player that continues to kneel, continues to stand up for social injustice in their way and put their hand up in the air and kneel and all that. They're going to continue to bash them. They continue to put them on the back burner and make examples of them. And at the end of the day, man, NFL is going to eventually come to an end anyway. It's too brutal. They're trying to get rid of kick return. They're trying to change so many rules. They're turning off so many fans. They turn off the white fans. They turn off the black fans. They turn off the minority fans. All the bullshit that they're doing. It's on the down slope, believe it or not. And the NFL is going to rot over and burn over, and it's going to be a new sport that's reign supreme in America. It's a matter of time because they don't know how to handle these issues. You don't just hold a dude from Eric Reid out of it. You don't hold him out of the NFL as such a talent. But that's what they doing. They ain't playing fair. You're used to that growing up black in most of the neighborhoods, growing up the minority in America. You used to it. And when they kneeled, they knew what they signed up for. I don't believe Kaepernick, maybe more Eric Reid, may be back in the league. But I don't think either or really going to be in the league anymore. It was a sacrifice to pave a way for social injustice, and hopefully they got their degrees and they done right with their money, because it's just the way they playing, just the way these owners playing, But like I said, what comes around goes around. I believe in karma, and with the energy you put out in the universe, it's gonna come back and bite them in the ass. Watch. NFL gonna cripple and it's gonna fold. I already see it, I already see it. But shout out to Reid for standing up with Kaepernick. We gone.